Welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. My name is Amy Sullivan with Aspire Zen, and I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach. And today's flow, we're going to be focusing on a lot of heart openers and getting a little bit twisty. We're going to be doing. There's been a lot of activity with the moon. We had an eclipse earlier this week, and it's a great opportunity anytime in life, but really cosmically, if you're into that as well, to be focusing on things that you want and do a little manifesting. So we're going to be getting into positions that mimic the moon a little bit, and focusing and thinking of maybe what you want to start to bring forth in your life. Maybe, it's the end of the year. It's a good time to kind of be reflecting on what's happened over the year and what you want to start bringing forth in 2023, right? Never too late or never too early to start. So that's kind of our focus today. And we will begin our journey in Shavasana today. So lying down on your mat, find a comfortable place. Now since we're just getting going in the class, you might find it a little bit more comfortable and supportive for you to keep your knees bent to start out. So lying down, it may feel better if your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor, or if it feels fine, go ahead and straighten your feet out. And then for your hands, you could choose to have your hands resting down by your sides. If you want to be more in a receiving, receptive mood today, palms facing up. If you want a little more grounding, palms facing down. You could also elect to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And then wherever you have chosen to be, option to close your eyes. And then start to just come into this space, arrive here on your mat. And just take a little quick scan of your body. Notice your toes up through your legs. Just noticing, acknowledging through your hips, your stomach. Send your awareness up through your chest, your shoulders, down your arms to your hands. And back up to your neck, to your head. And now start to bring in breath awareness. Become aware of the rise and fall for your belly and your chest. So rhythmic, up and down. And on your next breath, take a nice deep inhale. Fill your belly up. Feel the air come in and travel down into your belly, filling up your diaphragm, expanding through your ribs. Hold at the top for a moment. And then just as big of an exhale, really release all the air from the belly, from the chest. Let it all out. Maybe you open your mouth. Let's do that again. Nice big belly breath in. Big exhale. And then gently flutter your eyes open if they were closed. Now go ahead and bend both your knees if they are not bent already. Place your feet flat on the floor. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug, a little squeeze. Option here to keep this left foot on the mat, or you could extend the leg long once again. We're going to just do a little hip opener here. So gently draw your right knee over to the right, just opening through your thigh. And gently, gently, we're just opening up here, just beginning. Use your hand to guide your knee sort of towards your knee pit, opening through your hip. And as you exhale, draw the leg across your body, gentle little twist. We're gonna go back and forth, so no need to go deep on this, just a gentle twist. And now let's flow. Inhale, draw your right knee back out to the right, open through your hip. Exhale, draw that knee across your body, gentle twist. Inhale, open. And exhale, twist, bring your right knee across. This time we will linger for a moment. So maybe you go a little deeper. Your body's ready for that. You could use your left hand to gently draw your right knee down a little further. And if it feels good, perhaps you extend your right arm out behind you. Maybe you look to the right. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Reset your spine. So place both feet on the floor. Bend through your knees. Readjust and align your spine. Find a neutral back. And then draw your left leg in. Give it a little hug and a little squeeze. If it feels good, you can extend your right leg long. And then just as we did on the other side, start to draw your left knee out to the left. Use your hand to guide you. Feel that gentle opening through the inner hip, inner groin. And now as you exhale, draw your left knee across your body. Find that gentle twist. We're gonna flow, no need to go deep. Inhale, come back out to the left. Exhale, draw your knee across. Inhale, open. And exhale, draw your knee across. This time we're gonna linger in the twist. So maybe it goes a little deeper for you, maybe not. Just feel into it. Allow your right hand to continue to guide your knee down toward the mat. Maybe your left hand extends out behind you. Maybe you look to the left. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Place both feet on the floor, neutralize your spine. Once again, we're gonna come up to a seat, ending up in tabletop. So you can choose a little more restoration, roll to your side, press yourself up, or if you're ready for action today, you can rock and roll your way up. And then meet me in a tabletop from here. So align your wrists underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers out nice and wide, align your knees underneath your hips, and then draw your abs in towards your spine to support your back. From here, we'll do a few cat-cows. So inhale, cow pose, drop your belly down, lift your hips up, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you shine your heart forward, look up, feel an opening through the front of your body. Exhale, cat pose, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, push your spine up toward the ceiling, expand your shoulder blades apart from one another. Let's take this into a flow. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly down. Exhale, cat, tuck and round. Inhale, cow. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you rise forward. Exhale, cat. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine, tabletop here. Re-engage your core. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press down through your toes. Use your abs and your legs to lift your hips up toward the sky. And this is our first down dog of class, so let's warm into it. Maybe you pedal out your feet, bend one knee as you straighten the other. Start to awaken the backs of your legs. Root down through your hands, send weight into the ball mound of your pointer finger and your thumb to protect your wrists. Then press that energy up through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another. Send your belly towards your thighs. Come to a still down dog, still your legs. Come back into your breath. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet and bend your knees slightly, look forward. At the end of your exhale, step to the top of your mat, ragdoll pose. You can have your knees as bent as you desire. Maybe you bend them a lot and rest your chest on your thighs to slowly awaken into your hamstrings. Option to grab onto opposite elbows. And then sway back and forth. Maybe you nod your head yes and no. You can play with bending and straightening your legs, shifting the weight around in your feet. Feel the gravity helping assist the expansion of your spine. And then let go of your hands, gently root down with your feet and start to roll up to standing. Tuck your pelvis under as you come up slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head is the last thing to come up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Mountain pose, here we are. And from here, so I'm just gonna show you the front view here just for your feet. You can option to have your feet hips width apart for a little more stability this morning, or you could bring your big toes to touch. with a little sliver of space between your heels. Either way, everybody lift just your toes up off the mat and feel now how you're pressing down through all four corners of your feet. From here, maintain that sensation. Bring your toes back down. Bring your hands to your sides. Inhale, lift your hands up. Mountain pose, fingertips to the sky. Interlace your hands except for your pointer finger. So arms come up to frame your face and your hands are gonna be interlaced with your pointer finger sticking up. And then you can wrap one thumb around the other. Wrap the left thumb on top to identify with feminine energy. Right thumb for masculine. At the top of your mat, stretching here, root down through your feet and lift up through your body. A little tuck in your pelvis, lift through your hip bones. Inhale, grow even longer, even taller. Exhale, micro back bend here. Root down through your hands, come up and over with your spine. Your head might drop back just a little bit. Feel a little opening through your front body. Tuck your pelvis under, lift up through your hips and root down through your feet to support your spine here. Inhale, come back up, mountain pose. Now we're gonna keep our hands in this position, do a side stretch. Inhale here, exhale, side stretch to the right. Once again, root down through your feet, jut your left hip out, come up and over through your ribs, opening through your side body. If this doesn't feel good with your arms, you can drop your right hand down. Left arm up and over. Inhale, back up, mountain pose. Let's do the other side. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Square your shoulders to really feel the opening through the side ribs. And inhale, come back up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands down, hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw your hands to your shins, maybe your thighs. Pause here and breathe easy. Parallel your torso to the mat and roll your shoulder blades back down towards your tailbone. Inhale, grow a little longer through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Maybe you close your eyes here. Pause for a moment, set your intention. What would you like to focus on in our time together? I offer up the community intention of inner knowing, spending time in the flow, just getting acquainted with yourself. What would you like to manifest? What would you like to focus on in the year ahead? And from here, inhale, mountain pose. Lift your root down, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Moving on from here. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your right foot back. Drop your back knee down. Low lunge with back knee down. Maybe you untuck your back toes. Inhale, low crescent. So start here before you bring your hands into the mix. Let's get our legs, our base in order. So root down through the back knee. Send weight into the front heel. You're looking for a little stretch here through your right front hip, your psoas. So tuck your tailbone under, lift through your hip points, knit your abs in towards your spine. If you still feel no stretch here, maybe you walk the front foot forward just a smidge. Then once you find that solid base, that strong foundation, then inhale, lift your arms up. Find that same hand hold that we had in mountain pose, where you wrap your fingers together, interlace your fingers and shoot your pointer finger up toward the sky. Inhale here. And exhale, bring your hands down, frame your front foot. Step back, your front foot back, tabletop here. And we're gonna go into Vashisthasana, which is a side bend. So we'll start from tabletop here. Start to roll your weight onto your left hand and your left knee and foot. Extend your right foot out and shine your heart to the right. Lift your right hand up. Yes, this looks fabulous. So this is a more supported Vashisthasana side stretch. You can keep this knee down if you want a little more action today. Root down into your top foot to make space to lift your bottom leg up. You can have a little more active pose. Really engage your lower obliques, your left obliques, to lift your hips up. And if it feels good, keep your top arm up in the sky, or you can extend it out long in front of you to create one long line of energy. Palms facing down towards your face, and then extend your arm out. Beautiful job. One more inhale here wherever you are. Exhale, tabletop. Bring your right hand back down. Bend through your knees. Inhale as you tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Legs and abs lift you up. Beautiful job. Inhale, left leg high in the sky. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left leg through. Drop your back knee down. Inhale one more time, low crescent lunge. Just reach up, go long through your spine here for that last stretch through your right psoas, through your right front hip. One more inhale here. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot, lift your back knee up. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Step your back foot up to meet your front foot. And then inhale, halfway lift, flatten through your spine, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Root down, rise high, lift your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Let's do the other side, shall we? Even ourselves out. Inhale, mountain pose, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart guide you as you bow forward. What is your heart's desire? Focus in on that today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back now. Drop your back knee down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, low lunge on this side. Rise up. And once again, make sure you found your solid foundation. So slight tuck in the pelvis, lift through the hip points. Abs knit in toward the spine to lengthen. If you're still not feeling the stretch on the left front hip, walk your right foot forward just a little bit. Maintaining the length in your spine. And then arms come up. Interlace your hands here. Point your finger up to the sky. Nice big inhale. Grow longer through your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, frame your front foot, and step back, tabletop. I'm going to turn around so you can see my face. We're gonna go into our side bend again. So this time, roll your weight onto your right side, so into your right hand, into your right knee as you extend your left foot back long, and then open up to the left. Vashisthasana on this side, yes. You guys got it, looks good. And if you took the more active version, extending your bottom leg long, option to do that here now. Lifting up. Yes, beautiful job, Donald. Love it. And your top hand can again stay straight up in the air, or you can rotate the palm of your hand towards your face and then shoot your fingertips up toward the upper corner of the room in front of you. Wherever you are, take one more big inhale here. And exhale, come back to tabletop. Lower your left hand down. Bend through both your knees. Beautiful job. Inhale, tuck your toes, engage your abs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the sky. From here, inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg through. Drop your back knee down one more time. Inhale, low crescent. One last chance for a little stretch through the left psoas. One more big inhale here, go longer through your spine. Exhale, forward fold here. Plant your palms, lift your back knee. Inhale, exhale, step your back foot to meet your front foot. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, mountain. Arms come up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job, everyone. Moving on from here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms down, step your right foot back once again. From here, fan your back foot, your right foot out 45 degrees. Root down into your front heel. Bend through your left leg, your front leg. Inhale, warrior two. Windmill your hands up. And pause here, maybe before your arms come out, you find your base once again here. So bending through your front knee, send weight into the heel of your front foot, and make sure your front knee is aligned with your second and third toe. So maybe even take your hands and help rotate your thigh. As you root down through your heel, you fire up your hamstring, your glute on the right. So all that's happening over there. Then you open through your hips by pressing down into the outer knife edge of your back foot. And then you open through the hips, shine your heart toward the long edge of your mat, extend your fingers out to either side. Yes, so strong. Gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, sink a little bit lower into your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach out in front of you towards something you desire in your future. It's right in front of you. Reach out as far as you can. When you can reach no further, drop your left arm down, right arm up. Shine your heart out. Allow your left arm, your lower arm, to press into your front thigh to help open your hip up. Option to keep your top arm up in the sky, or maybe you take a half bind, you flip your thumb away towards your back foot, then bend your elbow. And the top of your hand slides down your back. Maybe it stays along your back. Maybe it wraps all the way around, finds your front thigh. Just another variation, another option. Unbind yourself, lift your right arm up if you bound. Root down through your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, swap your arms. Beautiful job. And then exhale, bring your hands even so they're parallel to the mat. We're gonna come into full triangle pose here. If you have a real wide stance, you might wanna shorten your stance. So step your back foot forward just a little bit. You also might wanna bring a block friend to the outside of your front foot. Totally optional. No need for it, but if you have it, props are useful. So from here, both legs are straight now. The front toe is facing toward the front of your mat. Your arms are out. Gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, reach for that thing you've always wanted right in front of you, tilting your pelvis forward. And then once again, draw your left arm down, right arm up, shine your heart out. Your bottom hand is gonna find maybe your thigh, maybe your shin, maybe the block, maybe the earth. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. Keep rotating your front thigh outward. Root down through your feet to lift up through your torso, grow longer. Trikonasana triangle. Your gaze could be out in front, up at your top hand, or down at the ground. Breathe in here. Option to play in a little balance pose. From here, we're gonna go into half moon. So if you are going into half moon, look down at your front foot, bend through your front knee. If you have that block, maybe put it out in front of you about a foot, or reach your fingertips out in front, and then shift the weight into your front foot. Lift your back foot up. Maybe it takes a minute to get there. Coming into a half moon here. Flex your lifted foot. Root down through your standing leg, the one on the mat, and really wrap your outer left hip in. Option to play with balance. We'll do a couple different moon poses. We're doing crescents. This is half moon. One more inhale here, and then we'll step back to triangle. Gently step your lifted leg back. Root down through your feet. Inhale, come up. So strong. Everybody looks great. Beautiful job. Let's do the other side. So we'll inhale here. Come to the wide edges of your mat. Shake your legs out. And then you can come to the top of your mat. I'm gonna go to the other side so you continue to see my face. Step to the top, bring your feet back to either toes touching or hips width, depending on what feels more supportive for you today. And then inhale, arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back this time. Fan your left foot out 45 degrees. Bend your front knee, your right knee. Root down through your heel. Inhale, warrior two, windmill up. Once again, find your base. First, warrior two over on this side. So send the weight into the heel of your front foot. bend into your front knee. Just make sure this knee doesn't come past the ankle. If it starts to come past the ankle, you can widen your stance or just don't go so deep. And then send weight into the outer knife edge of the back foot, open through your hips, open through your heart, extend your hands out, gaze over your right fingertips, reconnect to your breath. As you gaze over your right fingertips, start to envision something that you want and desire in life. Inhale, sink a little lower into your warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, reach toward that thing you want, out in front, and then drop your right arm down, left arm up. Shine your heart out, extended side angle. And if you like doing it with your top arm on the other side, you could flip the palm of your hand towards your face and then extend your arm long. So you create one long line of energy. Or you could take a bind if you did it on the other side. Flip your palm away from your face, bend your elbow, slide it down your back. And maybe it finds a thigh, a hip back there. Come back to your breath. And release your bind. If you have one, lift your arm back up, root down through your hands. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front knee. Lift your right arm up, left arm down. Send your right hip slightly forward to even out your hips. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands down. We're gonna go into full triangle. So hands are parallel, but maybe bring them to your hips for just a moment. Step your back foot in a little bit to make life a little easier as we're going down, a little less straining on your hamstrings. Keep your front foot or front leg straight, but with a little micro bend in your knee. Extend your arms out. See that thing you want in your life in front of you once again. Inhale here. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward, reach toward that thing. And then tick-tock your arms down and up to 6 and 12. Right arm finds your shin, a thigh, a block. Once you've found where your lower arm is going, twist from your belly, shine your heart outward. Keep rooting into the ball of your front foot, knife edge of the back foot. Option to stay here and continue to open into your legs or play with that balance on the other side. To play with the balance, half moon. Send your gaze down, bend through your front knee, and start to shift the weight into your right foot. Maybe you grab onto a block of the ground in front of you and lift your back foot up, flex through your standing leg, flex through your lifted leg. A little play with balance here. And if you fall out, no biggie. Come back to your breath to bring you focus. Knowing that you have everything you need to reach all your goals, including balancing in yoga or anything else in life. One more big inhale here. Exhale, step back, triangle pose. Drop your back foot down, root down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Beautiful job, everyone. Shake your legs out. And then step up, back up to the top of your mat. We're gonna go for a forward fold. It's gonna be our first time where we bring our arms behind our back. So if it's available to you, interlace your hands behind your back. If that does not feel good at all today, no biggie. You can grab onto a sock, a nice long sock, a bathroom towel, a strap, a something. And from there, you just give yourself that little extra space, something to keep your arms behind your back. Once again, toes can touch together or feet can be hips width apart, your choice. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up, root down through your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Slightly bend your knees, hinge from your hips. Draw your torso down and forward. Maybe you bend your knees a lot here, that's fine. And then if it feels okay, perhaps your arms follow and also fall forward. Maybe today they rest on your back though, so just feel into it. Lift your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together gently. Once again, allow gravity, like we did at the beginning of class, to help extend and lengthen your back body from your hamstrings through your vertebrae. Maybe you sway side to side here. And then we're going to come back up, so root down strongly through your feet to engage your legs. Fire up your abs and use legs and abs to lift your torso back up to standing. Beautiful job. Release your strap if you have it, release your hands. Coming back here. Thinking, I don't think we need a chair or a block anymore. I think we are good, but we are gonna start at the top of your mat once again. So bring, again, toes to touch or feet hips width apart. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, shift the weight into your heels. Zipper up your thighs. Draw your abs in towards your spine. Rotate your armpits toward one another to really lengthen through your spine. Lift your arms up long. Squeeze your thighs together. Imagine you're a dolphin in the sea and you have a tail. And that is your thighs squeezing one unit. Inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, stand up. Bring your hands to heart center. Shake your legs out. We're gonna go through a little series here with an option for balance once again. So inhale, chair pose. Start to shift the weight. Actually, bring your hands to your hips to make life a little easier for the flow. Start to shift the weight into your left leg. So really wrap your outer left hip in, fire up your left glute, lift your right heel off the ground. Inhale here, go even longer through your spine. Exhale, you're gonna step back. You step your right foot back, but maybe you go through warrior 3 and you slowly, here's your balance challenge option. Tilt your torso forward as you kick your right leg back. Flex your lifted leg. Finding your warrior 3, maybe your hands come to heart center. If you have space, maybe your hands come out in front of you. I do not have space. And stay here for one more breath. Exhale, step back. We'll find warrior 1 from here. So warrior 1 feet, exactly like warrior 2 feet. So you're gonna bend into your front knee. Your back foot has a 45-degree angle to the mat, or maybe it's even parallel, but for where we're going, I recommend that your back toes are trending forward. And then sink down into that front knee. Send the weight into the heel of the front foot, outer knife edge of the back foot. This time, shine your hips and your heart forward toward the top of your mat. Tuck your pelvis under, lift up through your hip points. Inhale, arms up. Warrior 1. And breathe and settle in here. First warrior 1. Just like we did when we had our back knee on the ground for low crescent pose. Feel that little stretch through your right psoas, your right hip. Inhale, grow even longer. Exhale, peaceful, exalted warrior. Draw your right arm back behind you to find your right thigh. And then as you inhale, lift your left arm up toward the ceiling to extend your spine long, and then add a little back bend if that feels okay. Keep rooting down through your feet and knitting your abs in to protect your lower spine. If you're feeling a lot in your lower spine, alleviate that back bend. You can go straight up instead. Beautiful job. Inhale, come back up, bring your hands down. Interlace your hands behind you once again, or grab onto your strap. So wherever you are, hands behind. And if you don't have a strap, not feeling good with hands behind, you can put your hands on your hips for this one. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Heel toe your front foot out to the wide edge of your mat. Just one little foot mark to create a more stable stance. And inhale here, look up. Exhale, humble warrior. Root down through your feet, squeeze your thighs together, knit your abs in, lower your torso down. Perhaps your left shoulder finds your left leg. Maybe it comes inside. Maybe your hands behind you rest on your tailbone. Maybe they lift up. If this doesn't feel good with your hands behind, option to bring your hands down to the mat to frame your front foot. Recommit to sending weight into both feet. Knit your abs in. Inhale, lift back up. Beautiful job. Release your hands. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. And exhale, come to the top of your mat. You can go through that warrior three once again if you want a balance challenge. I feel like I've run out of room here. Or you can step back up and find your way, top of your mat. We will do the other side. I'll come this way just to make sure my face shows the whole time. But from here, shake your legs out. Let's even out, loosen up, even out our body, even out the sides. On to the next. Inhale, chair pose. Sink down into your chair, send the weight into your heels. And now shift everything over to your right side, your right foot. Wrap your outer right hip in, fire up your right glute, lift your left heel up off the ground. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. And then you're gonna step your left foot back. Option to do your balance challenge on this side and go very, very slowly through a warrior three. If that feels exciting and promising and fun for you today. If not, step back. This is your yoga practice. Do you. Do what feels good for you today. If you're in warrior three, knit your abs in towards your spine. Flex through your lifted leg. And when you're ready, step your left foot back. Yes, so strong, everybody. Beautiful expressions. Okay, so we're gonna go back into warrior one. So we have the back toes, the left foot this time, trending toward the front of the mat. Right foot is facing toward the front of the mat, and then bend into your right knee here. Root down into the heel of your right foot, outer knife edge of your back foot, your left foot, and then shine your hips and heart toward the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Warrior one. Tuck your pelvis under. Engage your abs in towards your spine. Rotate your armpits toward one another. Inhale, grow even longer. Exhale, peaceful, exalted warrior. Draw your left arm back to find your back leg. And then lift your right arm up toward the sky, and then add a little bit of a back bend. As you bend back, recommit to the bend in your front knee. Look up, feel that little heart opening. Connecting into you. Inhale, come back, lift your right arm up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. We'll go into exalted warrior from here. So if you did it on the other side, try it on this side. Grab that strap or interlace your hands behind you. Heel toe your front foot out a little bit to create a wider stance. Then rebend through your front knee. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your thighs together. Maybe you squeeze your palms together. And then exhale, humble warrior on this side. Root down strongly through your feet. Engage both your thighs. Squeeze your thighs together, even though they're technically apart. And use your abs and legs to help control you down. Perhaps your right shoulder now finds your right thigh. Maybe it's on top. Maybe it's inside. And once again, hands can be on your tailbone, somewhere lifting up off your tailbone, or you could release them down to the mat. Frame your front foot. Come back to your breath here. Yoga gives us this opportunity to challenge ourselves in different asanas and have that discovery that through the breath, through trusting ourselves, we know we can hold on and make it through challenges. And then we get that confidence that we know we can make it through challenges in life off the mat as well. Ready to rise back up, root down through your feet. Engage your abs, engage your thighs, lift your torso up. Yes, so strong. Inhale, warrior one, arms come back up. And then however you choose to make it to the top of your mat, you could step, you could go through warrior three. We'll meet at the top of the mat for warrior three. Bend into your front knee. Lift your left foot up. Sometimes the body doesn't want to do it, mind doesn't want to do it. There we go. And come to the top of your mat. Shake it out, so strong. And then step out to the wide edges of your mat. Send your toes slightly out, heels slightly in, facing toward the long edge of your mat. Inhale, arms up, star pose. Spread your fingers out nice and wide, root down through your feet, explode out like a bright shining star. And exhale, goddess pose. Bend both your knees, sink down low like you're sitting on a horse. And from here, root down through both your heels and to fire up your outer thighs. And imagine pressing your knees away from one another. Bring your shoulders over your hips. And from here, you can use your hands to help guide you, create that support. Inhale, we're gonna tilt your pelvis forward now. It's okay for your butt to stick out a little at this point. Use your hands to support pressing into your thighs. We're gonna twist from here. So inhale, grow long. Exhale, start to twist to the right. Bend your right elbow. Press your left elbow into your inner thigh to really enhance that twist. Keep rooting down through your heels. Strengthen your thighs. Get a nice little wringing out of your internal organs and all the muscles along your spine. Beautiful job. Inhale, come back to center, recenter. Maybe you shift your thighs side to side. Give them a break for a moment and then recommit your hands to your thighs. Inhale, grow long through your spine. And exhale, nice deep twist to the left. Bend through your left elbow, press your right hand into your inner right thigh. Come back to your breath here. Beautiful job. Inhale, come back to center. And right root down through your feet, rise back up. Shaking your hand, shake your legs out. And heel toe your feet in. And make your way back up to the top of your mat. We're going to come down onto the mat now, so you can choose how you want to get there. I'm gonna walk us or flow us through a vinyasa. That's gonna get us a little bit into the shoulders. You're welcome to take this as ramped up or as relaxed and rested down as you want. From here, inhale, mountain pose, fingertips up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a plank pose. Option to come to your knees here. Hold this plank for just a moment if you want a little extra. Root down through your hands to fire up your pecs. Knit your abs in towards your spine, roll your thighs, inner thighs up toward the ceiling, send your tailbone to your heels. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Keep your elbows in as you lower. Anytime you can drop to your knees here. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your hands back, heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last down dog of class here. And take a moment to reconnect. Does it feel different than the first down dog? Maybe a little more open. A little more connected. Take a nice big inhale here. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Maybe you stick your tongue out. Seal your lips back together, inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Draw your knees gently down to the ground. We're gonna come into a nice big heart opener, camel pose, Ustrasana. So I'll show you what your setup looks like from the side and the front here. So we'll do front first. So we're looking for a right angle, actually maybe side's better. Right angle. Your heels should be hip width apart. So imagine each heel is in line with your knee, is in line with your hip. So that's your base right here. And from there, so here, and we will do backside. So that's my width. And then bring your hands to your back pockets. Pretend you have jeans on, you have back pockets going on. Stick your fingers into your back pockets. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Point your elbows toward the back of your space. And then press down through your feet, press down through your knees. Inhale here. And shine your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press down through your feet, press down through your knees, press out and forward through your hips. Use your hands to guide your hips forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, press up through your heart. Let your neck grow long, look up. Here is your camel pose. Maybe you stay right here. Perhaps you find space this morning for your hands to find your heels, and then you recommit to rooting down through your feet, out through your hips, up through your heart. Totally optional. And when you're ready to come back, root down through your feet, engage your abs to lift you up safely. Yes, great job. And now draw your knees and feet together. We will counterbalance that with embryo pose. So knees and feet are all zipped up. And then as you exhale, shift your hips back over your heels. This is like a child's pose, but with your knees together. Fold through your hips, draw your forehead down toward the mat. An option this time, your hands could be out in front, or for after a big heart opener like this, I really like to stick my hands by my feet and just let them rest. Allow your forehead to come down. And then take a nice deep belly breath. And this time, allow the air as it comes in to expand through your back body. Opening up through your back body. Feel your ribs expanding. And just as big, a nice big exhale, side out. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Press into your hands to lift your torso up. And then shift to your hip side of choice. And bring your legs out in front of you. Making space, we're gonna come down onto our backs from here. So use your hands to shift your hips forward a little bit. You can keep your knees planted. If you wanna do a little bit of core on the way down, I will show you the core challenge. You're gonna roll yourself down. So however you wanna get there, if you want the core challenge, lift your heart up, knit your abs in, bring your arms out, tilt your torso back. Perhaps your feet stay on the ground or your shins become parallel to the mat, or maybe your legs straighten. And then slowly use your abs to lower yourself down to Ardha Navasana low boat pose for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. So everyone from here, lying down on your back, find a neutral spine and constructive rest. So plant your feet onto the mat, bend your knees, and find a neutral spine, not too big of a gap in your lower back. And everything's even through your hip points. And then take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee, find figure 4. Press your lifted knee, your right knee away from your face. And maybe you stay right here, you're feeling that nice stretch through your outer right hip. Or if you want a little bit more, grab onto the back of your left thigh, draw both knees towards your face as you press your tailbone back into the mat. You can even use your right elbow here to press into your inner right thigh, that crossed over leg. Press it away from your face as you draw your knees closer to your chest. And if it feels good, option to gently rock side to side. Get a little spinal massage. This also allows you to get into different areas of your outer hip. I highly recommend this pose right here after a very long day of driving or sitting or anything like that, and just, throw some Netflix on and go slow and just ease into this. It's a great way to unwind and loosen up your hips. And from here, come into stillness. And if it feels good to you, deeply cross your right leg over your left. So now you're in a fully tight, squeeze your thighs together, cross leg position. And from here, we're gonna come into cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So wherever your hands can grab, maybe they grab onto your calves, maybe they find your ankles or your feet, start to draw your feet back towards your face. This is just a much deeper, if this feels really sensitive to your knees, just make sure you're grabbing onto your calves. Maybe you just stick with the cross-legged position here and draw both knees into your chest. But if it feels okay to draw your feet towards your face, you can do that too. We're just getting deep into the outer hips. So find the expression that feels most supportive to your body. And we've got a little bit of an edge going on, so breathe, use the breath. It's so magical as you bring that fresh, oxygen-rich air into your body. It knows exactly where to travel to help ease any tension. So picture those spots, send breath there. And then as you exhale, it's your chance to release any tension, anything that no longer serves you. And then gently, gently, gently release your legs from your hands. And we'll do just a supine twist from here. So if you have a sensitive lower back, I recommend uncrossing your legs. But if it feels okay, keep them crossed as they are, this nice deep cross, and then use your hand, bring your hands out like the big letter T. Press your hands down into the mat, engage your abs, lower your knees down to the left. Keeping them crossed, find your supine twist. This is a pretty tight supine twist. So again, if you're feeling sensitivity in your lower back, uncross your legs and then draw your knees over to the left. And if it feels just fine and dandy for you to look back to the right, back behind your body, I invite you to do that as well. Now we have a new edge, a new place to release and relax. Send your breath into any new tight spots that have emerged in this new pose. Start to deepen your inhales and your exhales as you wind down to the resting portion of class. Lengthen and deepen your breath. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Realign your spine. It probably shifted during those transitions. So come back to feet on the mat, knees bent. Find your neutral spine and then cross your left ankle over your right knee. Send your left knee away from your face. Find your figure four. Perhaps you stay here, foot on the ground, or you draw both knees into your chest, grab on behind your right thigh. And if it felt good on the other side, try rocking side to side on this side. Option to pause in any tighter spots lingering there, give them some extra love. And then come back to center, back to stillness. Take your left knee and cross it tightly over your right if that feels conducive to your body. Perhaps you stay right here and squeeze, drawing both knees into your chest, or your hands grab on to what they can find comfortably. Maybe it's a shin, maybe it's an ankle, maybe it's your feet, and then gently draw your legs back towards your torso. You should feel a nice stretch through both of your hips now. Feel your entire spine gently pressing down into the mat. One more big breath in here. A nice big release, a nice big exhale. Release your hands gently. And then whatever variation you took on the other side, do it again on this side. If you're keeping your legs crossed, bring your hands out to the letter T, root down into the mat with your hands, engage your abs, draw your knees over to the right this time. And once again, if it feels okay, feel free to look back behind you. Now I invite you to shift your breath so that you have each exhale last 1 or 2 counts longer than each inhale. Just a subtle difference, but that extended exhale is going to start up your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and reset button, helping bring your body into alignment with resting, with resetting in Shavasana. One more big inhale here. And one more big exhale. And then gently make your way back to center. Realign your spine back to a neutral spine. Make sure everything is even. Hug both knees into your chest now. And then flex both your feet, happy baby. Lift the soles of your feet toward the ceiling. Keep your knees bent, and then your hands will grab on to maybe the outsides of your feet. Maybe it's your calves or your ankles. And then wherever your hands end up, use your hands to start drawing your knees toward your armpits. Your thighs are gonna come along the outsides of your body, all the while gently pressing the entirety of your spine into the mat. And once again, if it feels good, you can rock side to side. Play around here. Maybe you lengthen one leg or both legs. Maybe you want stillness today. And so wherever you are, now come back to stillness with your happy baby. Gently release your hands and hug your knees into your chest. One more time. Tug your nose into your knees, find ball pose. Hug everything and squeeze. And take a moment to thank yourself for coming to yoga today, for giving 60 minutes of magical healing asana to you, because you are so worth it. Taking care and time for you. And one more big inhale, squeeze everything, your fingers, your toes, your ears, your eyes, your nose, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, Shavasana, resting pose, gently release your legs, extend your legs out nice and long. Bring your hands out. Take a moment to take up space here. Maybe your hands come out a little wider from the sides of your body to really allow your shoulders to melt down into the mat. Let's take one last big collective breath here. Fill up your belly, your chest, expand through your sternum. Bring it all in, as much air as you possibly can. And then exhale, sigh it out, let it all go. Finding that place of complete rest and reset. Let any thoughts that come in pass by like a boat on the sea. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. And allowing your awareness to gently come back to the space. And I invite you, if you have the time and you want to stay here for longer, to take that time. If it is time for you to move on with your day, start to bring body awareness back. Maybe make little movements, wiggle your fingers, your toes, awakening back into your body. And then letting that go, bring your hands over your head, interlace your hands and inhale, nice long stretch, awakening into wonderful, magical, amazing you. And then letting that go, bring your hands back down. In the most gentle way, bend your knees slightly, roll to your side of choice, and pause here for just a moment. And feeling that support of the mat beneath you, representing the support of your yoga practice, and that eternal grounding support of the earth below. And then again, in the most gentle way, make your way up to a comfortable seat, option to keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. And coming back to that concept of manifesting, just knowing as you sit here in the post-yoga glow that you already have within you everything you need to turn your dreams into reality. Envision the future you deserve. Create the life of your dreams. See it, feel it, believe it. And with that, my friends, I hope you have a blessed, beautiful, amazing day. The teacher in me honors, thanks, and appreciates the teacher in you. Bring your hands up to your third eye. Inhale here. And exhale. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, friends. Thank you all so very much